Welcome to my channel. Subscribe and like. I bottom water the majority of my houseplants. It's an easy way for me to make sure they get what they need water-wise. They kind of suck up the water as they need it. So I add holes to the bottom of my pots. This is a small clear pot. This one right here is the pot that I found in the garage. I dropped the spider plant. It broke the clear pot, so I thought I would put it in this one, but I needed to add some more holes to the bottom. And then, as well as these pots, I'm going to put some tomatoes in these on the front porch, and so I just wanted more holes. Now I am getting ready to feed the birds. One of my good friends brings me day-old bread so that I can feed the birds in my yard. It is like one of my things that I do, so I kind of do tear the pieces of bread up and put them in grocery bags, and then I go put them out in the bird feeder that I got for my birthday or Mother's Day, I think, last year. So now I am going to mix up my dirt so that I can do a little bit of plant chores. I've got some things that need to come out of water, and I've got a couple of things that I wanted to plant. So in my dirt container, I have regular potting soil, some perlite, and some orchid bark. And I use that for almost all of my plants. It seems to work. It's well draining, it keeps the roots nice and healthy, and I just mix it in, and then I fill up my containers. See, there's that spider plant. It was on a tall lamp that I have some of my plants on, and one of the dogs knocked it down and it fell and broke the pot, so I had a rubber band around it till I can get around to repotting it. So this was one of my repotting chores, and I like to repot things and make them healthier and look better. So usually when I'm getting a plant, I rescue them from Lowe's. They have a little graveyard stand over there that's clearance plants, and a lot of my plants come from there. Some were given to me. I want to say this spider plant was given to me from one of the ladies at work, and so it's got babies on it. I had just repotted it, and so I didn't really want to mess with the root ball. Spider plants, they get really nice hardy roots really quick. And so in my past, I would take the root ball and squish it around and loosen it up. And this stage of my life, I just take the plant out, put it in a bigger pot, add more dirt, and it just seems to survive that way. In the past, I've cut it in half or taken the root ball and massaged it to get all the other dirt off and add new dirt, and my plants have just died. So from my experience, I just take it from one pot, put it in another pot, and then I just make sure it has some well draining soil. I always top water when I repot, and then after I repot, then I bottom water. On an occasion, I will, like another week or two, top water just because it was repotted, or if it was from water to dirt. And there's going to be a few today that I'm doing that will be water to dirt, and you need to keep it moist because water roots are different than dirt roots. And so when you go from water to dirt, it takes the plant a while to acclimate to the dirt because it's used to sitting in water, and sometimes they're not as successful with growing as they should be. I'm cutting the brown parts off of the spider plant. It was not doing well in that pot. I think because it could have been root bound, but also spider plants need special water. And so I water the plants, the spider plants that is, and the lilies with water conditioner in the water, and the rest of my plants get good old yucky Rockford water. So this plant right here that I'm repotting, this one is a Hoya. I don't know what kind of Hoya it is because I just learned the first name because there is so many, and then I kind of just run with it. I don't know. I don't have many Hoyas actually. That might be the only Hoya that I have. There's another piece of it that I'm going to repot. So this one my cousin gave to me after my grandma passed away. She took her plant and then she brought me a piece of it some months ago, and I repotted it. First it was in water, and then I repotted it, and then now I'm putting it in a slightly bigger pot, and I'm going to hold on to it for a week or two, and then I'm going to give this one to my sister. She was my grandma's favorite. Everybody knows that. And because it came from grandma, I want her to have it. Grandma's birthday is in April. My sister's birthday is in April. My mom's birthday is in April. My dad's birthday is in April. My best friend's birthday, who was killed some years ago, her birthday is also in April, as well as my nephew. His birthday is in April. So April is quite a busy month. So I'm repotting this Hoya to give to my sister. I'm going to get it over there to her. I want to make sure it acclimates well before I give it to her. And then this one right here is a succulent. Is that the succulent? It is. I only own one succulent because I am not a good cacti girl. But my son bought me these planters for my birthday, I believe it was, and it says, "What the succulent?" And at first I had a pothos in it, but you really gotta have a succulent in it, in a planter that says that. So I did find one on the clearance bin. It was small. It has grown, but it was growing to the side, and so I wanted to repot it. The roots are not big, but I also wanted to put a stake in there so that it would grow up instead of over. And so that's what I'm doing now, was repotting this. So this is the only succulent that I have in the house out of all of my houseplants. And so these chores today that I'm doing are just a fraction of the plants that I have. I guess I should say I do have a collection, but I don't go out looking for a particular plant. I kind of like to rescue plants. And then I also love to share them. I like to grow them, propagate them, and share them with my friends and family and my coworkers. I feel like plants bring joy. So in this succulent, with my potting soil mix, I did add sand because succulents like the dirt that way. They like it a little more sandy. And I only own one succulent, so I'm not buying a particular dirt that they sell in the store. So I kind of just mixed my own, my regular dirt mixture with a little bit more sand added. And I've had this succulent for a couple years now, so it really likes the mixture that I made. It usually sits in my room close to a window, and so I'm adding more to top it off and make sure it is standing upright instead of growing towards, I think it was growing towards the window, but I don't think so because I turn it around all the time. Excuse me. It wouldn't be a Jatan video without a cough. So after I repot everybody, I give them a little drink of water. Excuse me, and then I keep an eye on them. So this one right here that I'm repotting is Oh, that's the other Hoya that my cousin gave me. So I'm keeping this one. I got it to root because it had no roots at all when she gave it to me. She also gave me some spider plant babies. I mean, really, really small babies. And they've grown to be really nice size as well. So I'm repotting this one for myself so that I have a piece of my grandmother's plant, and then I'm giving a piece of my plant to my other sister. And so I will keep an eye on these and keep this one quite moist because it's going from water to dirt. I think I do have actually one more Hoya that I got from the plant swap in July of last year at Nicholas Conservatory. I think I do have one more cutting that's actually rooted really well since then. And then the next thing that I'm planting is the lipstick plant. It was a cutting as well, no roots. I got it last year at my birthday. I went to Nicholas Conservatory for my birthday. They had a plant exhibit. It was beautiful. Actually, I think I will post some of those pictures and maybe a short so that you can see how beautiful it was. I so enjoyed my day at the conservatory looking at all the plants and all the exhibits. So there was an exhibit where you can take a piece of the lipstick plant that they had and you were able to put it in a bag, and it's just a cutting. And then I've had it since August. This is now April, and it had enough roots. It's green, it's pretty. I'm putting a stick in there that I got from the Japanese store that's right outside of Chicago. They actually had plant sticks. I've not seen any plant sticks in town. And so I stuck a stick in there for support for that lipstick plant because it's one, it was a birthday gift, and two, it was a cutting, and I love to grow things from cuttings. I think that's kind of the best way to grow a plant is from a cutting into a nice big plant. So I've been using clear containers. These are the containers that I put holes in the beginning of the video. So I'm adding a little more dirt, and then I think I'm going to put, these are aglaonemas. So these were ones I rescued at Lowe's, and I repotted the mamas, and I took a baby cutting. I wanted to see if I could root these in water and see if they would grow in water, and they do not. My coworker is a friend that I give her plants that only live in water. She does not have a green thumb. She has a water thumb, but not a dirt thumb. And so I thought these would be really pretty if I could get it to stay in water for her. But I mean, it's been in water for almost 6 months and very, very small roots. So I decided to repot it and put it in dirt and realize that aglaonemas cannot survive in water. So lesson learned. I didn't know that, but now I do. Trial and error. A lot of plant care is trial and error. I've learned that from myself. I have the Planta app, and I use it to kind of take inventory of the plants that I have, and sometimes when I have a question, I can ask the app about the plant. And for instance, example, these trees were at Logley's. Yes, I still call it Logley's and not Schnucks. And they were $1. I was there picking up some fried croissants from my coworkers. It was my coworker's last day at work, and I wanted everybody to have a sweet treat. And so I brought those in, and they were really excited. So I get those from Logley's, and I went to pick them up. And lo and behold, there were 4 trees, $1 each. And then there was another kind of plant. I knew it would die, but I got it anyway, and it's in the plant graveyard. I'm going to actually take a picture of my plant graveyard so you can see that at the end of this video as well. And that's how you learn about plants, is growing them, caring for them, and them dying and realizing what happened, why they died, because that's going to happen. But then you also have to realize that they are living things, that they will die eventually. Probably not as soon as one would like, but so this tree is going on my porch. I got them in I think January, and I bought 4. I have one, and then my other plant sisters at work, they each have one. So I actually have 2, and then they have one. And I'm repotting it. I'm gonna put it on the porch. It's but it won't freeze outside right now. I didn't have pots. I guess I didn't think of that ahead of time. So I'm actually using a nursery pot that I got some plant in sometime or another. And so I am repotting the first one, and I'm just using regular potting soil because it's going outside, and I think it'll be just fine. I didn't think I needed to use the special mixture that I use for the other plants, for the outside plants. I just didn't think it was necessary. I think it'll be successful. And then here's the other one. I'm going to also put it in a nursery pot, and then I'll take a picture and let you see where they're sitting on my porch. And so this is kind of what I do for plant chores. This is a fraction. I enjoy it. Here's a picture of some of them after. And then I'm going to put a couple more. I'm going to put the mamas for the Hoyas. And then I'm going to put a picture of my ones that are in the graveyard. And then I will take a picture of the ones on the porch. Thank you for doing chores with me.